Hey guys, working on the 7-ton again. Just doing some general maintenance while I wait parts on this damn thing. But anyway, while I'm waiting, again, just doing some general maintenance, change the drive belt, the fan belt, and that sort of thing. I've only put probably 300 miles on this truck, and runs fine, runs great. In fact, it runs really good, feels really fast, and sounds amazing. The turbo just spools for days in it, which made me start to wonder how much boost these things are meant to make. And so you can kind of do a function check. It won't tell you the exact amount of boost that it takes to open the wastegate, but it kind of gives you a general idea. So what I did, and because this truck is so rusty, I worried that maybe the wastegate was rusted shut, and it is, and I'll show you that in a second. But what I did was I just got a bottle of nitrogen. It's easier than starting up the air compressor, and a blowgun, and well, here, I'll just show you. So I just pulled off the boost line. It's gonna be kind of hard to see in there, this light is dying, but you can watch that wastegate arm. I don't know how much of that you can hear, but that's about 50 psi of air and nothing. You can see that the arm is moving, but well, it's not the arm. The shaft moves, but as soon as it gets up into the arm, it's nothing moves. So what I thought was right, it is not, the wastegate's not opening, and it's getting a ton of boost, which makes it run bitchin', but probably not good to sustain that for very long. And I've already pulled about a 6% grade in this thing with my foot just buried in it. And turbo didn't explode yet, but probably is not good to let it do that. So get this light out of the way. So what I did was pull the V-band clamp off the exhaust, which was again rusted shut. Poke my head in there, and yeah, the I don't know what you call the wastegate flapper is just rusted completely shut. And I've tried some PB Blaster, WD-40. I ultimately ended up using some ATF and acetone mix, which is I've had good luck with, but not here. That thing is completely solid. So then I thought, all right, well, if I could just get some oil down, and it's really hard to see in there, but if I could just get some oil, yeah, it's completely dark, down the shaft, then I could probably get it to move. And I've already sprayed the whole thing down. Even after you carb cleaner it or brake clean it, there's still a bunch of residue. So then I got out my dye kit. This is just UV dye, and they give you a flashlight and these kind of what I thought were cheesy glasses, but they end up working pretty well. That way, what I did was when the V-band clamp was off up in the wastegate kind of housing, I just filled it. It's about that high, about an inch high, and that's as far as you can go before you start to spill over into the turbine wheel. And filled it up, let it sit. This is just with the dye, and I'll show you now. I hope this will work. I'm gonna try to put you in through these glasses. Try to turn the camera, see if that works. And there you go, you see that green? And it's about to drip there. So oil has come down through the wastegate shaft, but it's still completely solid. And I've gotten there. You can get a 17 millimeter on the two flats of that arm and kind of wiggle it, but any harder in there, I'm going to break the weld that holds it together. But kind of cool. It doesn't show up all that well here, but this dye really works. I'll give you a great example. See that little streak? Oops, right here. Just looks like, I don't know, something normal until you hit it with the UV light, and then you can clearly see. What I did is I just grabbed a little fingerful and just kind of wiped my finger on it. So kind of cool. That dye stuff really does work. But there it is. Oil came through, but no luck on getting it freed up. So I hope this all turns right when I'm doing this. But I'm just going to keep driving it, let it get hot with the oil that's in there, check it, just not beat on the truck real hard. Anyway, I'm curious to see, next time I drive the truck, I'll put a T in here and just do a real quick T into a boost gauge and just hold it in the cab and see. I think they're supposed to make 22 or 25 pounds of boost, but every application's different. So anyway, the message here is check your wastegate for actuation. You can just put air to this and make sure it opens, because exploding a turbo is no fun. Anyway, thanks.